How many times have you blamed somebody else for something going on in your life and it magically resolved that issue? How many times have you blamed other people for the results that you're not getting or for something going wrong and suddenly everything worked itself out and blaming them actually helped you? It never happens. So why are you doing it? Why are you blaming other people instead of focusing on how you can overcome that challenge, how you can make the situation better, what you can do to prevent that occurrence from reoccurring, right? Because everything comes back to us. We can't control other people, but you have control over your actions and how you move forward through anything that you're facing in life. I remember when I was looking at a life sentence in prison, I was in the county jail at 23 years old thinking my life was over. I was in jail for something I didn't even do, but I never spent a second blaming other people. Now, the cops wrote up a false police report identifying me as the assailant, the attacker, right? I had one of my childhood friends turn his back on me. He could have proved that I was innocent, but he didn't step forward and speak up. I had all the people who were at the party who pointed at me and said I was the attacker, I was the person committing the crime, when in fact I wasn't. And all these people that were at the party or who knew associates who were at the party knew the truth, but no one wanted to come forward because they didn't want to get involved with law enforcement or worry about retaliation. I get it, right? When I went to court, my lawyer walked up to me and the first thing that she said is, the judge and the DA want to amend your charges to homicide. The victim is brain dead. He's in a coma. They don't think he's going to make it. And then she just walked away. My own legal team didn't think I was innocent. They didn't care. They didn't even try. The judge, the DA, everybody was against me. But that didn't matter. I didn't spend 1 second blaming them or being resentful because I knew intuitively that I was in a fight for my life. And every second that I spent blaming them, being mad, being resentful was a wasted moment that I could use to my advantage to somehow persevere out of this situation. All of my energy, all of my thoughts, every moment had to be geared and focused towards the solution, not the problem that I couldn't change, not the people's actions, not the beliefs that I couldn't change. All of my energy had to be focused on moving forward and overcoming this monumental challenge I was facing. And you know what happened? I started to move forward. I started to focus on things within my control, even from a jail cell. A cell so small I could touch both walls at the same time. And I had nothing. I had a pencil, some writing paper, a couple random books, and that was it. You have everything at your fingertips right now, but you're walking around making excuses, blaming others, and living your life carelessly. You are the problem. It's nobody else. It's not the government. It's not gas prices. It's not China, Ukraine. It's not COVID. It's nothing. It's you. Don't you realize there's always something to distract you? Don't you realize there's always something that you can point the finger at and blame for living below your potential? But it always comes back to you and your choices. No matter what, you can find a way to persevere. How do you think I got through 2,000 days in prison and came out a new man? How do you think I not only endured that experience, but learned to thrive in there and come out the most sound, focused, driven motherfucker that I've ever been, right? It's because I focused what was within my control, and I didn't dwell on the things outside of my control. I didn't think about people on the street who I missed. I didn't think about that guy down the tier who I was mad at. I didn't think about the CEO who was rude. I didn't think about my lawyer who didn't care. I didn't think about the judge who wanted to send me to prison for decades. I didn't think about any of that. All I could focus on was my day-to-day life and things that I found that helped me to build discipline, that helped me to build confidence and acts of self-love through those actions that built up my esteem over time, and how to actually get results. Right? I learned how to take control of my mental state so my emotions weren't just running a train on me and I wasn't fearful of the future or anxious about court and I wasn't dwelling and depressed about the past. I started learning self-mastery in that cell, and the first step was focusing on what was within my control. So many of you want different results. You want to make more money. You want to have better relationships. You want to have more confidence. You want to have a better physique. Like, what is it? You name it, and it all comes back to you. You and your daily habits and actions. But how consistent are you really? How dedicated are you really? If I watched your actions like we were in a silent movie back in the 1920s and I didn't hear what you were saying, I just observed you, would I believe in you? Would I say, yeah, that man's going to achieve his goals? That man's on the path to greatness? That man's making positive strides forward? Or would I say, man, that guy's inconsistent. Man, that guy just does it when he feels like it. Man, that guy just shows up half-assed. Who are you really? Your actions show me everything about you that I need to know about your future and where you're going. And if you don't like it, then you better change something. You better start looking at that accountability mirror every day and saying, am I the man that I want to be? Is this the person that I was born to be? In my heart, am I filled with pride, with love, with joy, with gratitude? Or am I filled with shame, guilt, excuses, negative energy that lead me to want to eat all that bad food, drink that alcohol every weekend, sleep in, smoke, take pills? How are you showing up as that version for your family? How are you showing up as that version in your life? That's not who you want to be. You want to be that man that walks into a room with confidence, with love, with joy to give to others. You want to be that man that in summer takes off his shirt and other people are looking at like, damn, John, Joe, he takes care of himself. Look at Steve, he's shredded. That guy cares about himself. He has pride in who he is. He has a higher standard. Everyone wants to be that guy, but few want to take the daily actions and develop the disciplines to create that man. And that's what we're talking about here. If you want to be someone that's great, exemplary, if you want to be an example for your kids, if you want to be that man that your wife deserves, if you want to be that person that you're born to be, it's going to require work and dedication. You got to stop blaming other people. You got to stop making excuses. You got to stop looking externally and start looking within. You have the answers, my friend. You are strong, capable, and a purpose-driven individual, whether you realize it or not. And as soon as you get honest with yourself and you start to dedicate your life to these daily routines that will build you up, the clarity comes. You'll start to see the vision. You'll start to believe in yourself because you have a track record of showing up and taking action, and you're keeping those promises to yourself. You're not breaking them. You're not saying, oh, tomorrow. What that does is that creates the opposite. It creates doubt. It creates a void within that will corrupt everything. But when you start to show up every day and you keep these promises to yourself and you see your physique change, you feel your confidence elevate, you're talking differently, you're walking differently, your clothes are fitting differently, your demeanor changes, and people feel that because there's a transference of energy that takes place. It's your body language, your tonality, the way you show up. People feel that. And when you leave them or you walk into a room, do you want them to feel uplifted and positive, or do you want to bring that room down and suppress it and bring your negative energy in there and affect your kids, your family, your loved ones, your employees, your employer, whoever it is? It's a transference of energy, and you can't give off that good vibration if you're not creating it internally by your daily actions. You can never emit that positive, confident, superior energy if you're not one cultivating it through dedication and consistency every day of your life. If you want to massively level up your life, the first thing you should do is join my Unstoppable coaching program, because I'm going to force growth out of you. I'm going to make you so uncomfortable that we're going to force growth and break through this comfort zone that you're in, or you're going to want to never talk to me again. You're going to block me on social media. You're going to go hide, cower away, and continue doing these things that are making you feel like less of a man. I don't want that for you. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to create self-imposed limitations. I know what it's like to make my life worse through my daily actions. I did that for 10 years and I was miserable because of that. I don't ever want to see another human being inflict that type of pain and suffering on themselves because they're just not taking action to be the person they want to be. And that's why I created my coaching program, okay? But if you're not ready to jump into the program just yet, there's a couple things you can do right now. Number one, create a morning wake-up time that's uncomfortable and dedicate yourself to doing it every single day. 365 days a year. We're not here to half-ass it and be our best self sometimes. We're here to show up every day. So why would we just not wake up early? Why would we not go to the gym? Why would we not be mindful of our daily actions and habits? We can't do it sometime. So I want you to get up early every day. I get up at 3:30, so I have plenty of time to crush my day, to be alone, to mentally reflect and collect my thoughts so I can go into my day with clarity, with intention, with all that good energy. I go to the gym and I work out, and then all throughout the day I track my nutrition. I put good sources of food and fuel in my body, supplements, water, everything that keeps me functioning at a high level. So I have clarity, I have energy. I have that positive energy that I'm bringing home to my family or to whoever I'm interacting with, right? The food that you put in your body is like fuel. If you're putting processed food, all these sugary foods, salty foods, it affects your brain chemistry. It's going to bog you down. It's going to lead to low energy, a bad mood, suppressed energy. And you can't be your best self if you're putting that garbage in your body. So I want to know in the comments below, what's your early inconvenient wake-up time? Because it needs to be inconvenient, because this is where you level up. This is where you build discipline. When you don't want to get up and you're comfy and your bed's warm, but you do it anyway, that's an act of self-love. You're saying, my life's important. I got stuff to go after. I don't need this sleep right now. I need to go chase my dreams. how else can you show and prove to yourself how important you are in your life is than getting up early before you want to, right? So pick that wake up time, drop it in the comments below. I do 3:30 every day. Number two, what are your daily workouts? Are you running? Are you working out in the gym? What is your goal? Are you sculpting muscle or losing fat? Drop it in the comments below. I will respond. And number three, do you know how many calories you should be eating every day to achieve that goal? Do you know what type of foods, what supplements you need to be using to fuel your energy to help you to function at an optimal level? If not, ask me below. I will respond to you. I'm not going to pitch you on anything. Free information, free value. I want to see you thriving, but you got to show up. When you show up, other people want to see you win and they're going to support you. There'll always be haters, but you can't worry about them. Do you want to be like them? Do you want to be stuck living a miserable life? No, misery loves company. You've ever heard that? So the people that don't want to see you win is because they're not winning, right? But over time, you will inspire them and you'll prove through your actions what's possible, and then they will follow suit. And the people that want to see you win, they're going to be there cheering you on every step of the way, just like me. Drop your goals in the comments below. I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to push you to be your best self. Like I said, I'm always coming with the honesty and the truth because we're going to force growth. I'm not going to coddle you and tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to tell you the stuff that is going to help you level up and change your life just like it has for me. So I hope this video added value. I hope it fired someone up that needed to see it. If you're with me right here and you watched all the way through, hashtag unstoppable. Let's go ahead and chase those dreams. No excuses. We're not blaming others. We're taking control of our lives.
There's so much more for you to tap into. You have so much more to give. You have so much strength. You have more resolve, more resiliency. You are made for more. Can't you see it? I know you feel it. I know when you go to bed at night, you question and wonder, is there more for me? Can I achieve more? Why am I holding back? This is the chance right now to let go of your limitations, to believe in the person you want to be, not the one you settled for. Click the link and join my program. I promise I'll walk with you side by side and show you the way. Let's take action right now to be the man that you want to be. No more excuses. This is for you and your family right now. Let's go. There's so much